Hi everyone, welcome back to Salt and Pepper Pickleball. Just in case you're new here, my name is Giovanni, and today I'll be talking about my go-to, my main paddle, the Gruvn Lazr 16X. Now, before I start getting too in-depth into this paddle, I'm also going to be touching on some of the Gruvn lineup. Now, first, let's talk about the specs of this paddle. This is an elongated paddle. It's 16.5 inches long, 7.5 inches wide. It also comes with the arrow curve, so if you can tell, it's not so super squared at the top. And then this has a paddle length, this has a handle length of 5.5 inches with a 4.1 inch circumference. This came in weighing at 7.9 ounces, and I definitely beefed this up to 9 ounces flat. But most of the weight is actually in the handle and not on the face, so it's still very maneuverable. But I did put some weight on the four corners just to try to open up the sweet spot and just have that tiny bit more plow through that I was looking for. But I mean, this thing is definitely set to my liking now. So the thickness on this is going to be 16 millimeters, and the face of this paddle is actually a carbon Kevlar blend. Now, my first impressions of this paddle when I took it onto the court, the Lazr 16X definitely surprised me in a very awesome way because it was so responsive. The dual face material you get really is the best of both worlds, giving you an awesome blend of power, control, forgiveness, and the best durability, making it a very versatile paddle for players. Now, out of the box, this feels super premium. It was very lightweight, but it was solid with a poppy thermo sound. And you can tell you mean business when you pick this up and you start playing. Now, first impressions with this on the court, the Lazr 16X, again, surprised me because of its responsiveness. I think it's because of the dual face material on this that you're getting the best of both worlds. So you're getting a solid blend of power, control, forgiveness. The best thing about it is durability, making it a very versatile paddle for all kinds of players. Like, this is a solid all-around, all-court paddle leaning towards the power side. Now, out of the box, this thing definitely felt premium. I mean, it was lightweight, but it was solid. It had that poppy thermo sound when you hit the ball off the paddle face, and you can tell that this paddle means business. Now, also on the court, you're going to find that this gives you power, but it's not wild and it's not uncontrollable. It's not anywhere near what some of the paddles are giving you today. So, I mean, like I said, it's not a solid power paddle, but this does lean towards power. So it gives you just enough of what you're looking for. So the spin on this is insane. Like, I was rolling my forehand drives. I was getting crazy drips from the mid-court, putting it people's right at their feet, right when they're running in. Like, it was really nice. This thing is just my preferred paddle. Now, where I really noticed the difference was in the resets and my kitchen play. It's got that thermal pop, so it's gonna pop a little bit, but the 16 millimeter core on this, I think, really smooths it out and gives you a really good touch game. This paddle isn't alone in the Lazr line. This also comes, so this is the elongated at the 16.5 inches long. And then they have the 16S, which is their wide body version, which is 15.9 inches in length, but it comes in at 8 inches wide. So it's, of course, a wide body. And then it also comes in the 16 HD, which is their hybrid shape. And that's going to come in at 16.2 inches, or I'm sorry, 15.2 inches long, and then 7.8 inches wide. So it's giving you that nice balance of an elongated, but also the width of a wide body that gives you a little bit more forgiveness. But these paddles actually come in two different colored faces. You have this one here, which is called the blue face, and they also have a more traditional red Kevlar face option that you can have. And it has these minimal logos and everything, and that's really what drew me to this, was that it wasn't obnoxious. It didn't have anything in the middle. It wasn't like crazy goofy graphics, you know, or anything like that. It's just subtle, it's sleek, and to me, it's just a very nice looking paddle. Just added to the Lazr line is their new Gruvn Lazr solid foam paddle with a foam core. So it's definitely gonna have a little bit more weight to it, stock wise, and then it's gonna have more power to it, from my understanding from other reviewers and what I'm reading online. And that's actually gonna comes in the HD or the hybrid shape. I just got it in and I'm excited. I can't wait to try it out. I honestly went with the blue phase because I love the orange accents that you get on here, because orange is actually one of my favorite colors. And that's the reason why I styled it the way I did as well. I got a Pickldout edge guard, and it's the orange camo color. And then I also put on there like a nice little burnt orange grip from You Drippin'. And underneath this, I actually have a soft Hexacore grip, the white one, not the pink. I do have the pink, but I still haven't used it yet. So I'm waiting. I'm actually probably gonna put that on a new paddle that I just got to test that out and see what the difference is between this, the white Hexacore, and the pink Hexacore. So Gruvn actually has three main lines. They have their Lazr, they have their move-in, and their cruising lines. The Lazr and the move-in are labeled as their all-quart paddles, and then the cruising line is labeled as their control paddles. These lines are extensive. They have elongated, they have wide body, they have standard, they have all different types of colors, purples, blues, oranges. I mean, it runs the gamut. It's amazing the amount of options that you have with the Gruvn lineup. They even have ones with short handles, long handles. They even come in 13 or 16 millimeter cores. I mean, so they have plenty of options for the person who has a pretty decent or a very good idea of what they're looking for in a solid made paddle. So I'm gonna suggest that this is actually for a power player, somebody who likes to crash and drive and spin the ball, but you don't want to sacrifice control at the net. This paddle definitely is gonna hit that sweet spot. So intermediate and up, you're gonna vibe with this. Newer to the game, this is definitely gonna take a couple of sessions, or you're gonna need to play with it and drill and practice in order to get this dialed in. Just because it's going to feel very hot at first, because it is thermoformed, so it's going to feel a little poppier than normal. If you're definitely coming from a more control oriented paddle that gives you a lot more spin and doesn't give you any power, or it gives you medium power, because this is going to be a little bit higher than your average control paddle. So is the Gruvn Lazr 16X worth it? Yes, I say yes, I say yes, hands down. Especially if you're leveling up and you're getting into more, and you want a more advanced feeling paddle without going full on beast mode to where the power is too much for you, or the control just isn't enough. It's got a great Gruvn style. It's got the thermal power that you need off the face. And this thing has some nice soft touch when you need it as well. So with all that being said, this is a $169 paddle, but I met a really super nice ambassador for Gruvn, and his name is Donnie. He actually has a 15% off discount code for these paddles. It's droppin' dills 15, and he also has a cool little discount code for Pkldout, which they make all these really cool edge guards and things like that. And this one I have actually had on my paddle for roughly 4 months. And I mean, the wear and tear on this thing is actually really good. I mean, I have scraped it against the floor pretty good. And this thing is still, I don't know, to me it still looks pretty good. I mean, I could change it, but it still looks really nice. And then for the Hexacore grip, the professional pickleball player JILLYB, she actually has a discount code for the Hexacores as well, and I believe it is JILLYB for, I think it's like 10% off of this, which is really good because the Hexacores actually come in at around 25 bucks. So there you go, dropping some deals for you guys. So let me know in the comment section if you've ever tried a Gruvn paddle. I would love to get your thoughts on what your experience with the Lazr 16X was, or possibly the 16S, or even the HD, or if you got the new solid foam, let me know what you think about that. So if this paddle review helped you out, don't forget to give it a like, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys for more Pickle and Pasion. Stay spicy and have a good hit out on the court.